Hi everyone, this is Wet Slicks. We are back again on TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 3, and this is my track guide for the Southwest course. This is really a tricky one. My initial time I think was 10 minutes 20 seconds, and it has remained so. I haven't been able to better that time at all, so sort of desperately looking for kind of a good run on this one. There are sections of this that are parts of the TT course, sort of the initial one, I think all the way from sort of Quarterbridge, and you go down through Glen Helen and everything, but it quickly sort of cuts into these very winding roads, and then you end up doing the sort of lake section that we did on the southeast course, but the other way, which proves even trickier. And some of the corners that are very difficult are suddenly quite easy, and other corners that weren't very difficult going the other way are suddenly very tricky ones that you have to take quite slowly. So I think you can get round sort of 80% of this circuit, in quite good time, but then like the last section is just so winding and so difficult that it really slows you down there, and you feel like you're just sort of inching forward as you're watching your time going up and up. So and just so easy to crash. I know I've said that about a lot of the other circuits, but it seems like this one is especially true. And this is one of the longest circuits as well. I think after the TT and maybe the Laxey circuits, this is maybe the third longest one in the game. So yeah, so you're looking at about 10 minutes plus to get round this one. So we'll get into this now. We're doing the same rider again, Gary Johnson on the BMW S1000. I have been messing around a little bit with the front suspension settings, but really I don't really know if that's going to be doing anything. Aren't a huge amount of straights. Well, actually, that's not true. At the beginning of the circuit, when you're going along the TT section, that is very fast there. So I've just got sixth gear on -2 to give us a little bit of high speed through there. Okay, here we are at the start of the circuit, which is kind of just randomly in the middle of part that we did the other way at the start of the southeast circuit. Up to fifth gear, speeding along, and down to third for this corner, which can be very tricky on the suspension if you take it too fast. You can get back up to fifth, but you kind of want to back off for this bit, maybe down to second gear and even first past the inflatable arm man. Very tricky to do that bit fast. Stay over to the right for this jump. And then down here you can build up a lot of speed, but you don't want to too much because there's a big braking zone here, which I'm maybe taking too fast. Oh, just made it. And we're back onto the TT now. Just past Quarterbridge. I go up to fifth gear here, but probably not over that because this left-hander wants to kind of speed through. Along here, I tend to go down to third gear and then second for this part. I'm just always accelerating through a lot of these corners. Try and keep the grip, try and keep the acceleration. Big straight here, up to sixth gear. A little right-hand kink, taking it full whack, and then down here I go down to fifth gear at those signs, little bit of brake, and through there at Ballagary, or Ballascary as some of the riders call it. Speeding along here, this is a big straight, and by these sort of red markers I brake, go down to fifth gear and get around that corner. Quickly back up to sixth, up the hill, up to the top of Crosby, over the jump. In real life they kind of have to back off there, but we can do it full acceleration, get over that, and then go down to sort of third gear here, and then probably down to second for this one. And we keep going through this bit, maybe up to fourth, but probably back down to third. Bike's wobbling about a bit. Oh, and if you take that better, you can accelerate all the way around there, but I haven't. And then it's a bit of a sharper corner here, which can catch you out. Definitely been through there faster than that before. And I think this is Hawthorne here. 5th gear, you've got sort of 2 right-handers through here that you can take quite fast. This one's a little bit sharper, but we get around there nicely. 6th gear, another straight here, but shadows here, you want to start sort of braking, get down to 2nd gear. Probably brake a bit later than that. Haven't taken that especially well. And 2nd gear for this one. And we're getting up towards Glen Helen now, which, as I think I said in a previous video, is sort of one of my most dreaded sections. It's so easy to fall off there. A lot of these bits. Very difficult to know sort of where to be on the track. And this one's quite sharp. You can kind of get round. There we go. 2nd gear. Into 3rd. You can't build up too much speed past this rocky bit, because this is quite tight. If you're good through here, you can kind of thread the needle now, I've found. And you can kind of get into 4th gear for this corner if you're brave. Accelerate through. But then back down to 2nd, a bit too much speed in there, almost lost it. 2nd gear, very, very tight through this part of Glen Helen. But we're almost out of it now, and onto the Cronker body. And I'm going to try and not lose the bike through there as I did last time on the St John's course. So big straight up here, get up to 6th gear, get the bike going as fast as possible. I've heard one of the riders describe this part of the course as pretty much like a runway. Back to 5th gear, bit of acceleration there to keep the grip. But I don't go back up to 6th really, and then to 3rd through this part. And then this is the sort of series of 4th gear left-handers. You can go very fast through once you've done this section by the wall. And we're almost at the point where we're splitting off from the TT. There's a house up here on the left. I use that as my braking point. You probably want to brake before that, because this is really tight up here. Well, actually, it seems like I've braked a little bit early then. So that's kind of the bottom of Barrigaro there. And we kind of split off uphill. 2nd gear through that bit, and we build up a bit of speed up this road. I get up to 5th gear, and there's a really nice corner here where you can go back down to 4th and just sort of keep turning, keep the bike accelerating all the way through here. This gets a bit windy, maybe back to 3rd, and then probably back to 2nd for this. This is windy too, and we're coming up to a very tight hairpin that you're going to want to take in first. Very easy to come into that with too much speed on the bike. And yeah, we're kind of getting into a section now up in the mountains. This bit sort of winds this way and that. You can get a nice sort of turn through there, just keep going. And this bit here I found as well, you can really thread the needle and keep this as like one turn if you're really good. But I haven't quite done it this time. Oh, that was very close as well. And this corner is really tricky. You want to brake really early for this right-hander, because it is tight, really tight, really tricky. Still going uphill here into the mountain, and a lot of these corners are very blind, very deceptive. It's so easy to lose it, and then this bit is super tight. So 1st gear probably through here, and you probably remember we did this section going the other way on the southeast course, and this was actually where I lost the bike on that video, so we're going to be a little bit more cautious through there this time. Going the other way this time, they're going downhill, so you pick up speed a lot more quickly than coming the other way. And I try to be so cautious through here, probably second gear. Keep going down the hill, coming up to a very, very tight hairpin. So you don't want to build up too much speed. Down to first gear, back brake. Very, very easy to stop you there. And we're into this really tricky section where it's very, very easy to end up on the gravel. Making good time so far, but I don't want to jinx myself. Second gear through a lot of these. This one's tricky as well. There's so many of these corners, as I said in the last video, actually, we can accelerate through, but you just catch them slightly wrong, or your timing's off, your speed's off, something, and you just have to back away or risk big, big crashes. So second gear there, and this one is tight. Kind of went around there quite well actually in the end, but more by luck than anything else. So I just kind of play it by ear through a oh, we've lost the bike. Damn. Not bad though for a first crash. Just coming over the rise there, I was braking on the lean, which is never good. So yeah, try and maybe slow down a little bit more there next time. Oh, yeah, it's like you're just going over so many little bumps, rises. So I do this section in second with these sort of yellow fences here. And we're coming up to a point where you can kind of build up a lot of speed here, but there's a very tight corner at the end of it. So you want to be really careful of this. And it doesn't look like a very bad corner when you're coming up to it. So you want to be really careful of that. Up here then, we've kind of come out of that section by the lake, but these corners here are very, very tight as well. Probably do those in second gear. And this corner down here is very, very tight as well. So we're going to downshift and accelerate through. We're almost at the end now. Second gear around there, and then just try and get as much speed in as possible, and I'm pretty happy with that actually in the end. That is my best lap by quite a way. 10 minutes, 8 seconds. I'm going to be interested to see where that lies on the leaderboard. It seems like people haven't tried this circuit as much, because I think even with my time before, I was about 30th or something on the leaderboard. So very, very happy with that time. That's probably going to be maybe even in the top 10, which would be fantastic. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you get something out of it, and see you next time.